Hey guys, welcome to another HitFilm Q&A.
We asked you on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook what kind of questions you wanted to ask us. So here we go.
Eppo asks, hello HitFilm team, I'm dying to know how to remove wires in HitFilm after shooting an object hanging with ropes in the air.
Well, you're in luck. We've got a nifty little tool called the Wire Removal Tool in HitFilm Pro 2017. It essentially allows you to add a point to the top of your wire, a point to the bottom of your wire, and then HitFilm will do the rest. You can download a demo of HitFilm Pro 2017 from our website if you want to try it out for yourself. Harry McKinnon asks, is there any way to use the equivalent of After Effects Puppet Tool in HitFilm?
Good question. This is something we're actually actively working on. If you want to stay up to date and be the first to know about any of the upcoming news from HitFilm, what you can do is sign up to our newsletter on the website. Sean Williams R1 on Twitter asks, is it possible to edit 360 video with text and effects?
That is actually a very broad question. In Pro you can edit 360 video and text. Certain effects will work and certainly more will work in the future. If this is something you guys want to find out more about, do let us know in the comments below and we can see what we can do about a tutorial for the future. Christopher Greer asks, love the content on this page. I'm definitely a new fan and can't wait to start learning this. Quick question, can you do a tutorial on how to do the superhero flash effect, please?
This has been such a popular request recently and so many people have been asking for it. We are definitely hearing what you guys are saying. It's such a big effect that we're really looking at what we can do to do the effect justice. Toddeston News asks, love your Q&As, thanks. I have a question, how did you build these very cool old school Star Wars sets in Rebellion?
Me and Josh actually did a video recently on how we saved money while we were doing the Rebellion shoot. So that actually included how we dressed up the underground bunker that we shot in to make it look super cool and Star Warsy. So if you missed that video, we'll put a link to it in the description. Daniel PA asks, a question, perhaps a feature request. A way to enlarge the waveform displayed inside audio tracks without actually resizing the track.
We hear what you're saying, Daniel, and we are working on it. John Sandon asks, do you have any plans for HitFilm in the future? I'd love to see some more 3D compositing tutorials. Do you have any more plans on tutorials like this?
The thing about HitFilm is that we have so many big plans. There's so much stuff we want to put into the software. There's so much stuff we want to add to the YouTube channel. We're just going to get better and better as quickly as we can. This year is full of awesome stuff, so jump on board if you don't want to miss it. We'll be right here.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Zeddy at the Ready asks, hi, I have a question about how to blur out objects. I know how to do faces, but can I do blurs in custom shapes and keyframe them? By the way, welcome Ollie, thank you.
Piotr Mays asks, sorry if I said that wrong. Hey guys, I was wondering if there was a way to blur out some part of a video to hide logos and keep that place blurred while moving. Do we have anyone who can answer that question?
How about Josh?
Maybe.
Josh!
Well, there are a couple of ways that you can mask out or blur a certain area of your footage. If it's not moving around, like a logo in the bottom corner, the way I'd do that is to bring in your footage into a comp, duplicate that layer, and then on the top layer, I'd mask around that logo or that area, then I'd drag on a blur, and then it's only going to blur the area directly where that mask was. Simple. What if it's moving around? Well, this does get a little bit more complicated, but bear with me. So the first thing I do again is create a comp with that footage. I then create a solid. I'm going to say a white solid and add that on top of the footage. I then make that white solid transparent so that you can actually see what's going on. I draw a mask around the shape that I'm intending to sort of get rid of or make blurry, and then I'd make the opacity go up again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch off that solid. So we'll switch that off and go back to our footage. So what we want to do is track the movement of whatever object it is that you're trying to blur out. I'm actually going to let another tutorial tell you how to do the 2D tracking. Okay, go watch it. You're back! Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to use that data to move that shape that we drew around the screen. So what we need to do, once we've parented that to the white shape, it should be moving around on top of our footage. We're going to add another solid. I know, this one's going to be black. And we're going to place that below our white shape. So now what we should have is a white shape moving around on top of a black background. We're now going to add an adjustment layer, and we're going to call that adjustment layer something like flatten, because what it's going to do is going to flatten those two different layers, the white layer and the black layer, into one single layer. This is what we want. This is going to be our mask for the area we're going to blur. Now on top of that, we're going to just simply add, and that's on top of the adjustment layer, our footage twice. The bottom layer will be the footage that doesn't get blurred, the top layer will be the footage that does get blurred. All we need to do in that top layer is add a set matte effect. And when we go to the set matte, we select that flatten adjustment layer that we made, and that will mask out that footage so that you can then apply effects, just like we did before, say a blur, and that piece that's blurred will actually move around as it follows the track and uses the shape data that you put in. Simple as that.
Thanks for the awesome questions, guys. If you've got any more, just leave them in the comments down below and we'll answer them next time.
We love hearing from you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye!
Bye!